guys, welcome back to an episode of 12-Inch Freaking Fanatic. Remember to subscribe. Today I have got the long-awaited RJ MacReady, or MacReady, I don't know. But this is from the film The Thing. Great film. I think one of the best sci-fi alien films that I've ever. I just get. I mean, whether it's this film or stuff like Puppet Masters, Invasion of the Potty Snatchers, the idea that there's an alien residing in somebody blended amongst the population. I love films like that. Anyway, so this is from MONDO Collectibles. It's kind of a weird website if you go on there. So I keep getting emails for like albums, like old vinyl records. I guess they sell records of like films and stuff, and they also do collectibles from time to time. And from time to time, it ends up being a 1/6 scale collectible. This one I couldn't refuse. There's been a lot of custom ones floating around out there, fetching upwards of $2,000 for some of the real good ones. But this one, I imagine, is not going to be as detailed, as intricate as some of those because it's mass produced. But I think there'll be opportunities for detailing on my own that I could bring it up to that level or near to it. But let's crack it open, see what we got. And I also got a special surprise for you at the end. Let's check it out. All right. Now, if you haven't seen it too, I recommend you watch the prequel that came out. It literally, where that movie ends, it goes right into the first film from the 80s. It's beautiful. So this has a sort of opaque, sort of translucent plastic slip cover. Nothing on the back. It's just the thing on the front. And then this looks like the cage that's at the end of the film. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that? That is cool. I've never seen that before where they do a pop-up feature. Wait, yes I have. I think that my Edward Scissorhands figure did something like that a while back, the box. But this is really cool. This is a nice touch that they didn't have to do. Hot Toys wouldn't do something like this anymore. Back in the day they would, like when they included the pirate flag with Jack Sparrow. Those were the days. Attention to detail in the old days. That is cool. So the back just has the folks that were involved. Viola Whitrock, you might remember her. She's been in a lot of good stuff. I definitely recognize that name. Not so much the others, but some of you who are more into collecting than I am might recognize some of the other names there. I think Viola's involved in the Winona Ryder from Beetlejuice that I had pre-ordered a while back, and I got that I did a video on. Check my video library to watch the review of that one. All right, so nothing else in there. Okay, straight to the figure. Okay, right off the bat. Yeah, I mean, the head sculpt itself, it's pretty good. But it's lacking a little bit in the detailing of the paint. It needs a few more layers to it. The eyes are also a little basic. It has almost like that Barbie doll eye look. And the sculpt of the beard is a little cartoonish. See how it almost looks like palm leaves, the way it fans out like that in layers. The hair is also a little bit, it could be a little bit more depth to it. See, they did a good job on the back here, but if you look at the sides, it just kind of blends the mold. This side's even better than this side. Interesting. Okay, and another thing I notice here, the body's real weird. It has this sort of like, whoop, hand come off. All right, it has this muscle man kind of appearance to it. The arms don't go down right. I don't know what's going on there. That's as far down as the arms go, and they're a little bit short. right? The pants could use a little bit of weathering. Look a little too crisp, a little too fresh. And the jacket, I don't know. I guess it remains to be seen if this is going to be like the dreaded Hot Toys Terminator that ended up crumbling and disintegrating. Underneath, just the continuation of the jumpsuit. And there's a lining inside here, lining on the collar as well. The boots are weathered, including the bottoms. And the laces are looks like a separate piece glued on to the mold of the boot itself to make the laces pop a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that though. I think one of the features of the more expensive versions of this figure, the custom ones, is real boots. I might upgrade that myself. And he's got the holster here. Looks like it's molded to fit the weapon. Yeah, okay. Let's see what else we got here. I don't know. So far, I'm a little iffy on the figure itself. All right, so this is the flame for the flamethrower. I forget if, I hope it has like an LED feature to make the whole thing glow. That would be awesome. I forgot from the description before I ordered this thing if that was the case. But this also, too, could use a little bit of paint maybe to give it more dimension, the flame. We've got another head sculpt. This one is sort of a surprised look, and he's got the frost on his beard. So, yeah, towards the end of the film, he was kind of freezing, and so there was the frost on his face. Could have used a little bit more on the eyebrows. I'd probably go back in there and touch that up a bit. You could switch out his bare hands for the gloved hands. And I think he did have the gloves on for the ending scene. So there's some dimension and some paint variation to it, some mild layering. It's pretty good. We got a revolver made of plastic, and it rotates. Doesn't cock back though. Decent enough paint job. Definitely looks wood-like. Shotgun does not pump. It's just a solid single sculpt, which is common half the time I see these days. But it's got decent weathering on it as well. Got a variety of hands here. All right. Here's the flamethrower pack. All right. So this has got some good detailing on it as well. Even the inside of this is weathered a little bit. And it's got some scratches on it. Now, they're a little cartoonish. They took, it looks like a silver marker and just kind of put some random scrapes here. But the only thing is it's too solid. It looks too intentional. I think you know what I mean here. So I'd probably have to go in and touch that up. And then this is made out of rubber tubing. Same thing here. They were just a little too quick and basic on the scrapes. And it's not LED, unfortunately. That's something that you might want to have custom done though. Oops. So this goes right in there. Like that. Pretty cool looking though. And then this famous guy. Awesome. I was so excited that they included this with the figure. This is one thing that I've seen with some of the custom jobs And I just think this is so cool. I remember this guy freaking me out when I saw this movie when I was a kid, especially since I'm not too fond of spiders. So that's pretty cool. But then they also included the dog one as well, which is pretty sizable. And this feels pretty solid. If it is hollow inside, they're pretty good at concealing that fact because it's pretty solid. But excellent job on the painting here as well. Look at that. And good sculpting as well. I thought there was more than one dog head coming out of this thing, but I could be wrong. Once again, a little too cartoonish on the edge work here, but decent enough. All right, so that's the figure and its accessories. Of course, there's the stand, but I don't care too much about this because, well, first of all, because it doesn't even have a logo on it. They didn't even bother putting anything on here or a nameplate. But hold on just a second. I'm going to show you my surprise. I'm going to set this figure up and show you what I got for you. Ta-da! Here's my surprise. So this is a custom base that I had made for me by a guy I found on Facebook. He goes by Siba Creations. He's out of France, and he's done some great work for me in the past. I think I had about 6 or 7 commissioned projects from him. The most intricate and impressive one was The Office from the X-Files. Just outstanding. But I mean, look at the detail that he did. The frost on the signs there. Maybe a little too much here, hiding the warning, but you could just scrape that off and reveal that, and there we go. But he threw in some dynamite there because that was a key feature at the end of the film. He had a dynamite in his hand along with the flamethrower. So that's one thing that I would have to dock the figure for, is not including the dynamite. Out of everything they included, they didn't do that. But another thing I noticed is that these top joints on all of the legs on this one do bend. So that allows you to make sure that despite any warping from the packaging, it being in the box so long, that you can shape these legs so that all of them are touching down on the surface. So that's a cool thing. They didn't have to do that, but I appreciate that they did. But another thing I noticed is there's so much weight to this flame because it is a solid piece of plastic, and the type of plastic they used makes it even heavier, that it kind of drags the arms down. And the arms themselves are hard to set up given how small they are and because they don't have a lot of the dexterity that we're used to in these figures. So I'm probably going to have to, aside from all the detailing that I've got to do to make this look cool, I've also got to switch out the entire body because those arms are just a little too cartoonish, kind of T-Rex-like. But altogether, despite the shortcomings, everything you need, if you're the type of person that can detail things to make it look a little upgraded, then you're not going to be too disappointed. But if you expect to take this figure out of the box and have it as a standalone ideal product, it's not going to be the case here. But then again, the figure wasn't that expensive. So it's one of those situations where you get what you pay for. Because if we had paid more, we probably would have expected a little bit better on the head sculpt painting, on the detailing of the clothing, and especially having an LED feature in the flamethrower. To me, that's a no-brainer. That's something that should have been done. But thank you for watching. I'm going to give this figure 8.2 out of 10. And check out Siba Creations on Facebook too if you want to order one of these or any other type of 1/6 scale display base. Take it easy, folks.